Hello, learners. Do you want to know about the corporate giant of the history? Oh, you do? Then let's talk about the East India Company. Date 24th September 1599. Location was Founders Hall, Leadenhall Street, London. 24 merchants walked into the hall for a meeting. Meeting's purpose was to establish a company which can trade with spice islands of the Far East. The group had no idea of the forthcoming consequences of their decision. Nobody had thought that a small trading firm would end up controlling half of the world's trade and becoming the most powerful corporation in history. In this video, we'll talk about the history of the corporate giant, the East India Company. 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 In second half of the 16th century, England was an agricultural country and was not doing so well, hence it was relatively poor. At the same time, in the course of a century-long war over religion, it had isolated itself from the neighbors. So to sustain and grow, British were forced to find new markets and resources. In 1583, a wealthy merchant and politician, Sir Thomas Smith, funded an overland voyage to the east under his Levant Company. The voyage was headed by Ralph Fitch. Fitch could only get as far as Hormuz, where Portuguese arrested and sent him to Goa. Oh, he escaped and came back to London, only with shame on his face and nothing in his pocket. In 1584, Sir Walter Raleigh founded the first British settlement on Roanoke Island, Virginia, but it was mysteriously abandoned by 1586. Levant Company attempted the spice trade for the second time in 1591. Sir James Lancaster was in charge this time. He started with 4 ships, but only one ship returned from the Indies. British settlement in Ireland and attempt to find northwest passage to Spice Island also failed to get desired outcome. While the Britishers were struggling to get hold of the spice trade, their more sophisticated rivals were establishing a profitable trade around the globe. Due to the massive imports from the New World, Spain had become the richest country in Europe. Portugal was second in line with its dreamy trade in the Far East. Even the newly independent state Holland was performing better than Britishers. The success of rivals came as a blow to Elizabethan England. British merchants felt the need to establish a company with the sole purpose to trade with the East Indies. So, 24 merchants came together at a founders' hall. Most noticeable among them was Sir Thomas Smith, who was an owner of the Levant Company. The major problem for merchants was funding. Smith above all knew how costly the voyages can be, especially when they fail. The group came to the decision to form a joint stock company open to all investors. The idea of the joint stock company was revolutionary at the time, but this very nature helped the company in attempting the voyages which couldn't be funded individually. After the meeting, the merchants went to the Queen to ask for the trade privileges. The Queen and whole England was deeply hurt by the rival trade success. So, to break the Dutch and Portuguese monopoly in spice trade, the Queen agreed for the formation of the company. A trade charter was granted to the group of 218 merchants. Under this charter, the company was exempted from custom duties for 6 voyages. Semi-sovereign rights to raise army and rule territory were given. This was much more than what merchants asked for. The first voyage of the East India Company started in 1601. The command was given to the least unsuccessful captain in the history, Sir James Lancaster. This voyage turned out to be a success. Company earned 300% profit on the traded goods. The first voyage was not followed by more successful voyages. Dutch and Portuguese companies had established themselves well in the East. After several defeats on trade and military fronts, East India Company decided to turn attention away from the Indies. The next trade choice for the company was India. And so began the era of wealth and success for England, an era of poverty and misery for India. Thank you so much.